AFTV DT, is that one of the first sort of away games in a long time that you're walking away from and you're like, we should have won that game?
Yeah, the only thing we didn't do was win. I thought we played well. There was just that one moment in the first half where the old frailties came back to bite us in the arse. But apart from that, we controlled the game. It was just we were lacking that little bit of creativity and that little bit of clinical finishing in the final third. I think that in the first half, Xhaka and Reece Nelson were both wasteful in the wide areas, but then they both, got better, especially Reece in the second half. And with a little bit of luck, we would have won the game. But it's positive signs.
We had those breakaways at the end, and they just seemed to fall to the wrong players every time, didn't they?
Yeah, it did. I felt that Torreira and Xhaka in front of the back four played really well. I felt Torreira was the one that was doing all the interceptions, and then Xhaka was the one that was doing the passing to break the lines. So that worked really well. And yeah, it's a positive. At the end of the day, we're not going to turn into, Pep's Man City and within the space of a few days. Arteta's got a plan. It's going to take him the rest of this season and going into the next and beyond to implement his ideas, and the players have got to get on board with that. And he's going to use these next couple of weeks before the window's open to look at what players are listening, what players are not, what he needs, what he don't need, and we've got to go along with that. But they were positive signs because there were little bits today that you can see they've worked on. The one bit that was a bit confusing for me was in the first 30 minutes we didn't really play out from the back. It was like they were told not to do it. And then in the last 15 of the first half, they started doing it more. And I don't know whether that was old habits creeping back in. So it's those little things that they've got to take time to get out of the system. Yeah. But overall, positive, really positive.
And it is all about getting the best out of players. I know one player that you mentioned there earlier, two players actually that you mentioned earlier, in Torreira and Xhaka. And I'm going to focus on Xhaka because he said that Xhaka's going to be a very important player in the team. And you saw Xhaka today. I don't know, I saw a big difference in him today. His passing was really good. And also, he wanted the ball. Every time, he was always demanding the ball. And, it is about getting the best out of players like that if we're going to go forward.
Yeah, I suppose there'll be a debate as to who was the man of the match. It's between Torreira or Xhaka for me, and it can go either way. Like I said, I felt Torreira broke the play up. He was that person, like the police officer, shall we say, in front of the back four. And Xhaka, he didn't shy away. And what I like today is that he didn't look like he was going to get caught on the ball a lot. And we've seen all the training videos this week about positioning and, where you start, the way your body shape is. And I don't know whether those little bits are starting to, he's learning from that already, but it's going to take time. It will take time. But they were positive signs. But on the flip side, you can probably look at it and say maybe because Bournemouth weren't that high up in terms of their press.
Well, tough games to come against Chelsea and Man United, both at home, which is good. It really gives the crowd a chance to get behind Mikel Arteta. But two tough games, even though Chelsea did lose today.
Yeah, lost at home to Southampton. But we can't take that for granted because you look at their last performance.
They lost to Bournemouth and then they went and smashed Tottenham. So nothing's a given in this league. But we go back to home comforts for the next couple of games now. And it'd be nice to end 2019 with a really convincing home. To be honest, I'll take any win. Do you know what I mean? I'll take a scrappy 1-0 against Chelsea. It'd be just nice to finish what has been a tough year on a high. And then it would be nice to start 2020 with a good win. But they're two massive games. And if you, as a player, cannot get up for these next two games, then you're not what we need. But overall, positive, man. And I'm happy with that today. That was all right. Just be nice to get the 3 points, but we move on to Chelsea.